Oh my God, we get our sauce in the frickin' McDonald's?
Steve, I apologize because I didn't tell you at all what we're going to do today. Here's the thing. I honestly don't even know if you're going to agree with me that this is fantastic, but I'll have a lot of reasons why I think it is. But here, watch this and then we'll see what happens, okay?
Okay.
新しいマクドナルドソースを今すぐ試そう。今すぐ？あ、マクドナルドへのレース開催！今だ！私が勝つ！いらっしゃいませ！二人とも勝ったな！ Try new savory chili McDonald's sauce only at McDonald's. Ba da ba 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 go!
McDonald's. This is okay, so this is a 2024 ad, so this is fairly new, and there was an anime campaign that went an anime show that created McDonald's to fit inside of their universe. And so it was their fast food chain that they would reference multiple times, and they created an upside down golden arches. And I mean, it reminds me of Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, and they did their version of McDonald's. And McDonald's has been pretty good at allowing people to use their visage out in the world. But what I thought was amazing about this was that they actually created the sauce. I mean, this is real. Went into the stores and they leaned heavily into it to help the subculture of anime. And I say help the subculture of anime. I mean, anime is going to do what it's doing.
Anime subculture is huge.
It's huge. And I mean, listen, I don't partake in anime, but I definitely watched some when I was a kid. And actually there's another ad I'm going to play in a second that really hit me harder because it was all about Transformers and the I don't know what they were called. The 5 robots went into one robot and then they became a bigger robot. So anyway, there's a whole one there. What I loved was the fact that McDonald's just said, well, heck, don't beat them, join them. Don't take it down, lean into it in a big way. And it became this really, I mean, I remember going to McDonald's once last year. I don't go very often, but I went once and I was like, oh, okay, so we'll try the sauce because it's new. I'm big on, I'll try something new. I didn't like it. It was a weird sauce. But it really talks to the fact how powerful the McDonald's brand is. That, I mean, they created McDonald's, and again, it was influenced by the culture, just kind of like Coke. New Coke didn't take off, and Coke, nobody likes saying Coca-Cola, and you can't force them to, so they just leaned into the fact that they were Coke. Like all of like big great brands move with the times. They listen to their audience, and so I thought this was a really fantastic way for them to do that. And I thought it was big of them. The other thing that I wanted to point out, and I know I'm doing a lot of talking on this one because I'm pretty hyped about it, was I really love the fact that you think about McDonald's, Coke, Apple. I mean, these are brands that, I mean, come on, over the last 20 years, 30 years, you can't go anywhere without knowing these brands. But yet they still invest heavily into their marketing. They're constantly trying to move themselves forward. They never let you forget who they are. And I think that's a testament. I mean, we don't work with this size brand. Our client is $1 million to $10 million brand. And we love to work with those guys and really get them into the limelight. But these guys are spending mega millions on campaigns like this to stay relevant. And so, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Apple. There was a teen show. I forget what the name of it was. My kids watched it for a little while, and the computer was a pear.
That's right. That's right. It was a superhero. It was that superhero one. I can't remember.
I'll remember. What it was, but I just remember how funny that was. But so here's a couple of things that's interesting about this campaign. And in certain age groups, anime is really, really huge. So first of all, McDonald's was paying attention because somehow they became aware that this was happening. Now, who knows? Maybe it was through legal, but it doesn't matter. They very easily could have said that this is infringement and gone the lawsuit route very easily. But instead, as you said, lean into it. Look, and it's also something that's interesting that the logo could be put upside down and change, and we all know it's we all knew it was McDonald's instantaneously. But I got to give them credit. They're looking at it going, this is already gaining popularity in this group, which is probably teenagers, which they deeply want, who are not watching television and are not consuming traditional media as much, and they are watching television with radio, but not as much.
Yeah.
And there's this thing going on. We need to be so much a part of it. We're going to create a sauce to put in our stores. Like they didn't just go, hey, let's be a part of it, let you do this. It's, no, we want to be part of this. I have to digress to a conversation we had just before getting on this.
Go ahead.
It's this idea of, and it's funny, this gets talked about in magical worlds. So if somebody goes down, takes a course at the Wizard Academy and they take magical worlds, this gets talked about a little bit. And it's this whole idea of string theory. So we think about string theory, vibrating string, one thing affects something else. So, but there's always these little clues out there that there's something going on. So for example, we have a campaign that we're doing for a plumber where the billboard speaks so powerfully that a local senator wants to use the billboard in their testimony to to create some change.
That message.
Now, but here's the thing. What that means is there's something going on over there emotionally and you want to lean into it. What McDonald's saw was there was this anime thing. There was this WickDonald's. It had popularity. There was something going on there. How do we become part of it? Well, we become part of it by creating a sauce, which those anime folks would have been, oh my God, we get our sauce in the frickin' McDonald's? Great partnership. But it showed an awareness of them looking at what's going on in the world. And it'd be easy to go, oh, it's just anime, and anime is just a subculture, and it probably wasn't even the biggest anime. It would have been really easy to ignore that, and they did.
Exactly.
Well done, McDonald's.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Okay, I want to play another one, and then I have one more little tidbit. So watch this one.
ここ月面基地のワクドナルドは大胆な旨辛ワクドナルドソースが毎日大人気だ。ミールを狙う怪獣もいるが、このソースは無敵なのだ。ワクダイザー3000合体。このソースは無敵なのだ。
Try new savory chili McDonald's sauce, only at McDonald's.
So robots flying together, banging into each other, becoming them, the McDonald's warrior. The actual superpower of the robot was to fire a dipped McNugget, Wick Nugget into the WickDonald sauce into the mouth of the monster. The monster says, "I love it, thank you." That was right? Like, holy crap. But my favorite thing is if you listen to the first one, they both did a different version of ba-da-bum-bum-ba.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. Okay.
Yeah. So the first one, it was very, very recognizable. The second one, it was a whole bunch of voices and they were really off, but it was leaning into the characters from that commercial or from that ad. And I was like, you know what? Even really poorly sung, we knew exactly what it was.
I didn't even notice. Like, that's
right?
I did not even notice. Like, in my head immediately was like, did the conversion.
Right? So this is a completely new thing, a completely different way of talking McDonald's or WickDonald's, completely new. And what did? They held on to that very visceral, audible, brandable chunk, which was ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
Yeah,
right?
Well done.
Brilliant. Keep their existing
done.
Customers understanding what it is, locking it into this new universe that they want to join and become part of and own. Man, like, I was so excited when I found this and I was like, okay, good. I have never seen the ads until I did the research. And then I remembered the stupid sauce that I didn't like, but I still think they did brilliant because I tasted the damn sauce.
There's a reason why McDonald's is the size it is.
Right.
And look, McDonald's, well done. Like, for big companies to be doing these types of guerrilla marketing campaigns,
yes.
like Wendy's has been really great at doing this as well. But
yeah.
Well done, but also recognizing there's something there. We need to explore this.
Exactly. So for anybody watching, if you're a small business, right, look at what's happening in the market. I mean, one of our clients is she's right now in the middle of changing policy because of the communication that she's been putting out into the world. Like, take a hold of what's local to you, what's topical, use that power, flip it into an ad if you can. Ask us if you need any help.
We're going to be doing modifications to her campaign going forward based off of that.
Based on this, exactly. Steve, I know it's a little surprise, but I'm glad you liked it. Guys, if you're still digging the content, we want to get those likes and stuff. And let us know if there's a campaign that you'd like us to talk about. And until then, we'll see you guys next time.